This is awesome because first of all, it's been a while since I've gotten like mainline specific figures, and this is the two mainline Voyagers for Transformers Rise of the Beast, not Studio Series, regular mainline. So let's go ahead and get them open and see if they're worth getting.
Alfonso, this is Optimus Prime. Transform and roll out.
What's good, Alfonso Nation? Welcome back, everybody, and here, out there, everywhere, from sea to shining sea, Cybertronians of all ages, this is your boy, Alfonso Peterman, and welcome back to another episode of Teletraan Unboxings. Yo, this is the moment. Rise of the Beasts is the moment. I am super excited to get these guys open, particularly because they've received mixed reactions from the fans. You got people that love them and adore them, and they're gonna prefer them over Studio Series, and then you got some that are saying, no, they don't look like they would be as good as Studio Series, so I think I'm gonna wait. Well, me personally, I want to check these out, because I think that they're worth at least considering, because they are, in fact, around the same price value, so it's not like you're really sacrificing in terms of like the retail quality, so it'll really come down to just preference. So today we have the brand new Transformers Rise of the Beasts, Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime. The two Voyager class, the two protagonists, the two head honchos, Truck and Monkey. Boom. Immediately off the bat, I just gotta say, I admire the packaging for both of these. Like, I love the packaging art, I love the render, I love the coloring, I love that jungular aesthetic. I'm just now noticing there's a pyramid with like a thing at the top. Is that the transwarp key? We're gonna get into that, I don't know. But there's a lot of really cool art that you can inspect with these mainline packages, and I really like that a lot. So I got both of these, and each of them were about $35, rounding up a few cents USD, so 35 each, and it's around the same price as the Studio Series Voyager. I actually have to check these out. I just wanted to see what these were like, because number one, they're going to be good stand-ins until the Studio Series arrive, and number two, these might give us an idea as to the stylistic approach that the Studio Series might offer in the future. Packaging for Optimus Prime is freaking cool. I don't like the windowless packaging. I never will like it. It's not something I like, but I adore his box art. His box art is sick. His Optimus Prime, Rise of the Beast. These are not numbered like Studio Series would be. I guess there's no need for numbering them. And then on the side, you got Optimus Prime. You got his render. Beautiful render. On the other side, you have an extended version, or kind of like an extension of like what's in the front. I do like that. I think that's cool, because on Studio Series you see like the profile, and then you just see a tighter shot of the same thing on this side. Whereas I like how this bleeds over into the side. I think that's a cool little touch. I just love these packagings. And on the back you have them in robot and alt mode. No bio. There's no biography for these. Just 2 shots, he transforms in 20 steps. For Optimus Primal, here we go. Same pretty much overall scheme, and it's going to be like that for every last one of them. You got him looking awesome in that render, love that. And then obviously it bleeds over into the side, so you kind of get an extension. And then you have that awesome shot of him close up, that nice menacing look. He's got his teeth and everything. And then on the back we have him shown, robot and alt mode, no biography, transforms in 24 steps. When you look at the edge of the packaging, you do see that there is a pyramid. It's like a pyramid with like a round crest, kind of like rays of light, that's kind of like engraved into the hieroglyphics as if it was something that the ancients were aware of, and then they just kind of engraved it, and it's kind of part of their culture. You see the pyramid, you see the steps, and then you see there's this breakage at the top of the pyramid where the capstone is kind of broken apart. And I'm gonna have to just go on a limb here. I don't know anything specifically, but that looks like it might play into the plot. Maybe that's the transwarp key. Maybe that's where the transwarp key was located in ancient times, and it had some special abilities and powers, maybe to travel time or to control time, and that's what the ancients knew about, and that was their secret, and then they engraved it into their hieroglyphics, and it's been a part of the history for a long time, and that's where the Maximals eventually came into the storyline. That's possible. That's just what I think about when I see that, or it could literally just be some random hieroglyphics that has nothing to do with the movie. Obviously, your boy is Team Truck. Although I'm loving the monkey, we're giving them some attention. They're kind of making me fans of the Beast Wars idea. But your boy is still Team Truck. This is my father right here, so I'm gonna unbox him first. I don't know about the leg section and the app section with no paint. That really bothers me in the photos. I hope he looks good in person. Let's find out. Yeah. Alright, here we go. And if you don't know, okay. Alright. They don't come with backgrounds like Studio Series would. That's another thing to consider if you care about that. Some people don't use the backgrounds. But here you go. This is what he looks like in the box. There he is, Optimus Prime from Transformers Rise of the Beasts, the Voyager class. He's not horrible. I love the red profile on the top. I love the blue at the bottom. I like the paint. It's the unpainted sections that is a little, it's not, but in person it's not as bad as it looks like in the photos. And that's why I wanted to get him out. The Studio Series, I really hope Hasbro, please, don't do the unpainted vibe with Studio Series. But then again, that's when you look at him on screen, that's kind of how he is. He doesn't have that much red or blue in his ab section and in his upper leg section, and it's like, oh man. Unboxing experience, I gotta say, pretty freaking cool. Ooh, his joints are tight. Is his joints really that tight, or am I just, no, his joints are legit tight. I like that. I like that the joints are really tight and firm. That is a really good sign. So right off the bat, my first impressions are not as bad. It's a nice figure. This is what he looks like close up. I'm generally liking the detail. I think he's really nicely detailed. And even though he doesn't have the paint where he could have the paint, I think he's really nice. Basically, where the paint is, where they did choose to paint it, I like it a lot. It's really awesome. It's the unpainted sections that kind of hurts, but it's not the worst thing ever. It's just not the best thing ever. I'm a real big fan of that Bumblebee movie styled Prime, and I just felt like they could have left them exactly as is, just add the silver off-road bumpers, but they went with like some different painting variations, which probably was for the figure so they could sell it and it'd be much of a difference. But I don't know if that was a good like quality change in terms of like the visual appeal. Honestly though, I think the detailing is pretty nice for this guy considering the changes they did make on screen. It is pretty nice. I do like the overall detailing. I love the kibble suppression as well. I don't see much of that. He does only come with one accessory, and this is his blaster. It's the Ion Blaster. It's a much smaller Ion Blaster than the original Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime, which I don't think I like. And I really honestly don't like the fact that they have this. I would rather the Arm Blaster. It's screen accurate. I mean, maybe during the movie we might see him have the regular Ion for a moment, and then somehow he loses it, so that's why they put this in there. But if this is not in the movie at all, it shouldn't be for the figure at all. Bottom line, I wanted the Arm Blaster. We have to have some type of film accuracy. But anyway, this is his Ion Blaster. He only comes with one, and you just peg it in. Pretty standard peg in, like you would normally do. And it's a much smaller blaster, but it does fit his overall size and profile, I find, so like the larger one might not be, right, like properly proportionate to his actual body scale. And so overall, I like him. I'm going to keep him for now until I want to see that Studio Series reveal. I'll go ahead and try to get into the articulation here before I get to Primal. So his arm comes up this high really nicely, comes down, rotates. There is like a nice bend on the elbow, really cool. You have a movement on the hand folds in, the hand folds out. There's a rotation on the wrist, really nice. The arm rotates all the way around like this. Move the arm up, leg comes all the way out, leg comes down, comes up. Nice knee bend, and there's a really firm knee joint, and it's actually a screw and not a pin, so you can actually adjust it if you need to. There is some rotation on the leg. Let's see, the leg comes out, I did that. It comes back this far. And then you have some movement on the feet. You've got ankle tiltage this way. You've got all the way at the top, probably for the transformation. That's normally what happens. And then it does come all the way back as well, which could be for the transformation as well. You don't have any rotation on the ankles though. We've got some movement on the waist like this. I'm sure you can probably go all around. I'm not going to stress it. You actually do surprisingly have an abdominal crunch. It's like a peg in the back. You can like crunches that far, which is really nice, and it pegs together when you restore it back, so that's really cool. And then he has also some rotation on his chest, not really the waist but the chest, and that does go all around. I'm pretty sure that's for transformation, but it does help with the articulation in robot mode as well. His head doesn't really look up or down that much or at all. It's really firm, but then it does have all the way around rotation like that. So just a little quick overview of his articulation. I think he looks good, and the fact that his joints are tight really speaks to how nice he can hold a pose, which I will give him a point for that. All right, Primal, let's go. Your turn, buddy. Your turn. It's monkey time. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Okay, now. Okay, now, Primal. Alright, now, boy. Yeah, I like this. See, I'm a live action guy, so you guys are gonna be like, Alfonso, it doesn't look like Optimus Primal from the show. Well, it's not supposed to. That is freaking cool. That's Optimus Primal. Nice silver gray monochrome, and he has some nice detailings there. He's really smooth overall. I'm actually kinda liking him more than Prime, which that would be the first time on my channel I ever prefer a Primal over a Prime. Once again, I just gotta say, just untwisting these is such a much better way to get these things open. Thank you so much, Hasbro, for that. Oh man, this is a beefy dude. Let's go. See, I like live action, so this appeals to me a lot. He's like a modern IKEA version of Optimus Primal, but I like it. It's so nice and clean and modern and smooth. Now, it doesn't really look like the color scheme he would have on screen, so I don't like the fact that it's not screen accurate. He doesn't have all of those like really bright silver applications like he does on his figure. That's not really how he looks in the movie, so I will say that's a bummer. They should have probably done better than that. But for a figure, you know, for a mainline figure, it's okay. But I would have probably preferred it to be screen accurate. But it looks good in figure form, is what I'm saying. So there you go. You have Optimus Primal. Looks nice. Really nice, smooth, silver, gray, kind of two-tone design. It's really nice. The silver has a nice metallic finish as well. So he really gleams in light. And even the gray, though it's like kind of like a plain gray, it really has those nice detailings for the fur. So even though you don't see the fur, you can kind of feel the fur engravings into the plastic, which I think is a nice touch for his detail. You do have the Maximo logo in his, like, on his chest, but it's really difficult to see because it's basically, the plastic is molded, but the actual paint is the same as the overall chest. If it was silver or something, it would really pop out, and I wish they would have colored it silver. But overall, I like him a lot in figure form. I think he really translates well. I just wish that the gray portion was a darker gray, so that we have like that darker look to him. And I mean, the silver is fine. I have no problem with the silver, but I think the gray should have been a darker gray. But I like him. I'm digging him. Now, I do find that his joints are looser than the Prime. Now, they do have screws. So I'm looking at the joints have screws, which is interesting as well. I know a lot of Hasbro figures like to have pins, but these have screws. I don't know if that's because it's a mainline thing, I'm not sure, but nevertheless, you probably will be able to adjust the joints if it's not as tight as you would want it to be. He does come with these two blades, the signature blades that Primal would normally have. There you have them, the two swords. They have the same gray plastic, and then they have the nice silver blade with the detailings there, and he comes with two of them. They do peg into his back, which I like, so you can peg them to the back for weapon storage. And also, didn't mention this, but for Optimus Prime, he also has weapon storage. He has a big, nice peg on his back, and you can peg the blaster into his back like this. So let's go over the articulation for Primal. I'm really actually intrigued to see what this is like. It's my first time trying. Arm comes up, comes down, rotation, and then the wrist has rotation. Arm goes around, really nice and cool. Leg comes out, really nice high kick, comes down. I'm gonna move the skirt up just so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. There's some rotation here at the waist, like that. Leg comes up, folds down. There's a double jointed knee, very nice, probably because of the monkey mode. Ankle tiltage. He's got a toe pivot, which is nice. We're gonna move his arms up, and then we're going to rotate. He does have waist rotation, so he has that. Prime does not really have it at the waist itself. The head can look up, not that much. Doesn't look down, but it does look left to right, like this. Doesn't really go all around because you got a back piece that kind of obstructs it. But if it wasn't there, I'm pretty sure he probably would be able to. But overall, I'm really liking Primal, how he looks. He's really cool. I'm also loving Prime. I gotta say though, if I had to pick between the two, I would actually go with Optimus Primal. I think he just looks really nice. He looks more premium than he costs. Like, he looks more expensive than he is, in my opinion. I think the shiny finish of the silver, the beautiful blades, the scale, the overall detailing, he just looks like he costs a little bit more than he actually costs, whereas Prime looks like he's cheaper than how he actually costs. And that's kind of how I judge display presence, and that's how I judge, you know, overall like visual quality. And I think Prime had the potential of doing that. Like, even if there's like all these gray sections, if that had a shiny metallic finish, or if they painted it silver, or like silver like this, it would look so much nicer, even though they didn't add the red and blue in the abdomen section. Nevertheless, I think they both look fantastic. Are they worth the money? I will definitely say, without a doubt, Primal is worth the 35 bucks. It's a Voyager price. Oh, Optimus, I love you. I love you. I really do. Optimus Prime. He's a good stand-in for now until Studio Series shows up, but I'm really hoping Studio Series saves the day. But I love Optimus Prime, and he's there. He's there. He's definitely there. I'm loving these two. It's really good to check them out. I think they are pretty nice to play around with. I'm going to have some time with both of them just to kind of fill them out and see how they look. I'm definitely going to have them on the Rise of the Beast shelf until I get to Studio Series. So that is the unboxing for both of these. And before we go, I'm just going to do a quick comparison segment of what these look like next to other figures that might be in your collection. Here they are with the Transformers, I believe, War for Cybertron Kingdom, Core Class G1 Megatron, just to give you an idea. They are still Voyager scale, so in comparison to Core Class, this is how they look. Clearly not something I would display them with. I do need to get the freaking Core Class Freezer. I don't know why I don't have that yet. I could have had him instead of this Megatron, but I'll probably get him eventually. Next up, here they are with the Transformers Rise of the Beasts Deluxe Studio Series Bumblebee. Now, that looks kind of good. I like that. I like how Prime looks with B. He has to be among a team, because standing by himself, I'm not feeling it. But with other bots, you know, as it kind of blended in, he looks a little bit better, like with a team. And I like how he looks with Primal as well. Next up, here they are with the Transformers Rise of the Beasts Studio Series Voyager Class Cheetor. Let's go! This is awesome. Cheetor finally has his protagonist busts. His leader, the leader of the Maximals, and a Scout Maximal together, and there they are together. It looks awesome. Can't wait to see these guys on the big screen. Next up, here they are with the Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series Voyager Class Battle Trap. Let's go! That final battle was so cool. That little sequence we got in the teaser. I want a trailer as soon as possible, because hopefully they're going to show more of these guys. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Primal and Battle Trap going head on, at least in the teaser that we saw. I freaking love it. It's freaking awesome, and I love how they look together. That's really nice, and that's another Voyager class comparison with these other guys. Next up, I want to compare them with the Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime. This is the Bumblebee movie version. And, you know, this is what I wanted to do this for, because you can clearly see the changes that they've made in figure form, at least, and I know that they're both inspired by their on-screen design, so rightfully so, they're supposed to be different, but this is what it looks like in figure form, how it translates in the retail mainline, or, you know, Studio Series mainline figure form. Now, in fairness, I am comparing a Studio Series against a mainline, not against another Studio Series. So clearly there's going to be some detailings and paintings and etchings that will be, you know, kind of like an advantage for the Studio Series 38 Prime over the mainline, but design-wise, you can definitely see the changes. And I just generally love what they did with the Bumblebee movie Prime, and I felt like he could have remained the same for the most part, and he is, but not really. But that's just what they look like, just have to throw him in there. And next up, here they are with the Transformers 38KO Bumblebee. I just wanted to go up in scale to show what they look like with a larger figure. That might be a little bit more premium, but obviously not something you would display them with. But that's just an idea of how they might scale with other figures that might be in your collection. Overall, I like these, I really do, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with them until I get the Studio Series and check that out. I do like Primal more, surprisingly, but I like both of them. I think they both have a pretty good presence, and for 35 bucks, they're not too bad. They're both Voyager class figures. If I had to rate both of them, I would give Optimus Primal a solid 8 out of 10. I think he's a good figure, great paint, nice detailing, although the color scheme is not all the way there. And I would have to give Optimus Prime Whew, I love you, man. I really love. I don't want to. I don't want to do this to my Optimus Prime. I'm gonna get. You know what? I know. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be real. So if I have to give Optimus Prime, just based on his robot mode and my overall first impressions, a rating, it pains me. It pains my heart. But I gotta give him like I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I'll give him a 7. That's being generous. I really want to give him a 6. But I'm going to be a little generous to give him a 7 because I understand that this is the design scheme that they have to work with for the film, and it is a retail quality. It's a mainline quality. Not going to go too crazy with the rating. Being a little lenient. So I'll give him a 7, and I'll give him an 8. There you go. It's my rating. That's all for today, though, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. If I can find a link where these guys are being sold online, I will drop it in the description box below. If I can't, you're probably going to have to go toy hunting a few times to get these guys in hand. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Till all are one. Roll out. Primal is prime. Prime is powerless. Primal. That's just prime. Goodbye.